Hi, my name is Sam and today we'll be reviewing Dehancer Pro. And Dehancer reached out to me to try out Dehancer, which I was very excited about because I already knew the plugin and I already wanted to try it. So it was perfect. 3 months ago I actually was in Morocco and I shot a cinematic travel film there. And for me it was a perfect opportunity to test Dehancer on this project. I shot everything with my Sony a7 IV together with this very nice 24-105 f4 G lens from Sony. I shoot everything in S-Log3 and I edit in DaVinci Resolve. Let's dive into it. First off, I have to admit I was a bit anxious using it. I'm not a professional colorist. I'm not familiar with everything and every function within Dehancer, and I just started trying everything out. However, that went actually pretty well. So it was pretty easy to use, everything was pretty clear. For me it was really a plug-and-play plugin. So there's a lot of different features in there. So you have grain, you have halation, bloom, you have your film prints of course. And there's a lot in there as well which I didn't even get to test. So yeah, I was very excited to start. I used the plugin as like a final touch to my work, so everything was already color corrected and I actually applied a lot already onto it. I was just looking where Dehancer could add the final touch to it. So yeah, it really helped me into getting the final touch of getting a film look. In the end, the plugin really felt straightforward, even though you can tell there's a lot going on under the hood. However, it didn't really feel overwhelming to me, so there was a lot going on. There's a lot of features you can use, but it's still pretty clear and straightforward how to use it and what's there to be used as well. There's just a lot of settings you can use, and that also gives you a lot of control. I mostly use the film codec 2383 film print. I just really liked the look and really gave me that extra cinematic touch with a nice contrast. Yeah, so I'm also using DaVinci Resolve Studio. So that means for me some features were already familiar. Things like grain, halation, it's already there in DaVinci Resolve Studio. However, I did like the Dehancer features a little bit more. It's because there you have a little bit more control in the Dehancer plugin. So also for instance for the vignette, I noticed that I used the vignette from Dehancer more than I used it from DaVinci. Because there's just more control, and I really like the event mode where you can see which areas of the image the vignette is applied to. So it was really easy to use, there's a lot of control, and that's why I like the vignetting in Dehancer for instance more than I did in the native DaVinci vignetting. So in terms of the actual look, I think Dehancer helped me in getting a certain image. It's not a day and night difference, which I also did not expect, to be honest. But it did help me, so it was like the icing on the cake for me. I already had a nice and decent image in DaVinci, and Dehancer just helped me getting this little extra feeling of a cinematic footage. You can do already a lot within DaVinci, but you can do just a little bit more with Dehancer Pro, and probably way more if you really know how everything works, unlike me. I just try around, see what looks nice, and I just like to play around with these tools and see what it can bring to me. So the danger for me always is to overdo it, so I really try to be subtle with everything I apply to it. So not too much grain, not too much halation, not too much bloom, and I think I really did that pretty well this time. That also resulted in not having like these dramatic differences, but I think it's good. I mean, you just play around, see what works for you. Don't overdo it. In my case, I used to overdo a lot of effects previously, so I tried to not do that, and it helped me in getting this cinematic look. So did it change my workflow? Yes, I think it did. What I said, there's a certain feature I really liked, there's more control. I really like the vignetting, really like the bloom functionality, which is actually unique compared to DaVinci. If the feature is not unique, it's unique in a different way, saying for instance the control you have on the feature. So yeah, I think I would use it on the longer term, definitely. So I'm really happy with the tool in the end. So Dehancer asked me to do an honest review. So what was the things I ran into? I have a 24GB RAM MacBook Pro M4 from 2024. It's a good MacBook for editing. It's not the best MacBook for editing, and I also noticed that with Dehancer Pro. When I added Dehancer and I used multiple effects on it, for instance I added grain, halation and bloom, then what I saw is that it really starts to get laggy if I do a full playback resolution. However, when I put my playback resolution back to a half, it was already way better. If you know how to make sure that your laptop runs smooth, then it shouldn't be a problem. However, I think it is quite a heavy plugin to load in your project. Would it be worth the money? So I saw on the website that a license now would be 700 euros. In my personal situation, I really like the plugin. However, I'm not doing this full time, making videos. I do this on the side of my regular job. So I do a few commercial projects in a year. Would it be worth it for me to buy this? I don't think so. Do I really like the plugin? Yes, I do really like it. So I would say if I do way more projects in a year and I would still see that I would use this for every project, then in the end I might decide that it would be something for me and buy it. So yeah, I hope this review helps you, and if you have any questions, let me know. And if you still want to check the Morocco video, which I think you should, you can have a look at it, I guess, here. So yeah, have fun, let me know what you think, and let me know if you're going to try Dehancer.